There's one way in, and many ways to leave the world. Keep your captain's head, and forget the oysters pearled. Kirishima wants to open his eyes, but it's harder than he remembers. There's some sort of pressure keeping them closed, and some distant heaviness that keeps his shoulders stiff against whatever is beneath him. Was he dead? Nah. Too alive to be dead, he thinks. All right, then. So if he isn't dead, what is he? He tries again to open his eyes. He sways his consciousness forward a little further with every wave of awkwardness that passes him by. Soon he manages a slit of vision, dark that's less than dark than behind his lids. He hears himself groan. Wow, his mouth tastes bad. Where's Bakugo? I'm here. Did I say that out loud? Yes. Wow, everything is out loud. Better not be gone on me. What's that supposed to mean? You got a knock to the head, hun. Who? Oh, it's Mina. Yes, it's Mina. He notices in the time that he managed to move his mouth, his eyes have fallen shut again. He opens them again, this time a little easier. Pain is starting to smarten in little pins and needles. The more awake his body feels, the warier he realizes he is. Maybe I should sleep a little more. No! Bakugo sounds angry. Course I'm angry. You've been out for ages, idiot. Oh. Yeah, oh. Before you sleep, at least get this medicine down. And the food. His eyes are closed again, but he smells something halfway to nice. In gentle fingers, probably Mina's, he hears a snort, open his mouth and start to shovel food in. His body goes through the motions. He didn't really need to think about eating. So instead of thinking, he tries to open his eyes. But when he does, he guesses he concentrates too hard because Mina tells him to chew again. Nice lady. Mina is nice. Thank you. Out loud again. It's all been out loud, hun. Oh. Yep, oh. Keep your mouth open like that for some water. Bakugo is nice too. You saved me, didn't you? Mina hums close to his face, then a little further away as she gets water, presumably. It's a little messy. We saved each other, I suppose. Okay. He knows it's all there. He's got all his memories, but he's not sure if he wants to sort through those right now. He's tired. But there's one thought that presses up and up and up until it's at the front of his mind, and if it gets any closer, he's sure Mina will tell him to chew again. Can't chew water, hun. Ice. Well enough to be a smartass. He laughed. He wants to smile. He misses Bakugo's laugh. It's like a rare treasure that, though he thinks he brings it out more often, at least he did. Things must be okay now. They must be okay, or getting to be okay. Yes, Bakugo. Bakugo still loves me then. He loves me. He waits. There's no answer, so he must have done a good job of keeping his thoughts inside his head. The next time he wakes, it's with a scream. Something moved him in his sleep, himself or a sudden rock of the ship, but it shoots him to life and sucks the air from his lungs. He's sitting up even and can feel the air so humid he feels he could wipe the moisture of it with his palm. He breathes deeply, eyes darting around, new pains and hunger starting to spread through his body. He turns his head as the door clatters open and realizes now he's in Bakugo's cabin. Bakugo steps through, rushed. He walks over quickly to Kirishima's side. He wants to cry. He wants to throw his arms around him, but he's not sure if he has the strength to. That and Bakugo makes no move to embrace him, though his eyes show he's worried. You're awake. Yeah. Like really awake. None of this fading in and out business. Kirishima isn't really sure what he's talking about, but the heaviness that was holding him down before was definitely lifted. Yeah, really awake. Good. He doesn't know what to say. He has too much to say, rather. Too much to ask. Bakugo saves him the time, though. That soldier knocked you out. He looks at his hands. Mina, I got you out of it. You did a fine job of getting the Crepitus ready and sabotaging the lines of those other ships. I have no idea how you managed it all, but you did. It saved us. Kirishima can only nod. I should have trusted you. No. Well, I guess, but given the circumstances. Bakugo looks at him and Kirishima lowers his eyes. Talking feels strange, almost like it's something he learned a long time ago, but hadn't tried for a while. I wouldn't have believed me either. I'm sorry. I know. I'm sorry too. Neither of them move. Kirishima feels pinpricks of tears behind his eyes, and when they blur his vision and slide down his cheeks, he's surprised at the sting of them. His face must be a mess. He doesn't feel like his apology has fixed anything. Bakugo clears his throat. You rest. We're waiting for a sign to get to the island the right way. Hatsume spotted it a couple days ago, but I'm holding us off on approaching it head on. In the meantime, I want you back on your feet as soon as possible. Right. He watches Bakugo's back as he leaves. He barely gets the door closed before Mina comes in. You're awake. I'm so happy to see you, Mina. She comes over and hugs him. It hurts a bit, but it's manageable. You too, Kiri. She wipes the little tears that drip fast down her browned cheeks. Bakugo is quick. I guess he didn't tell you what's wrong with you. What's wrong with me? He panics, but Mina shakes her head quickly. It's not too bad. Well, you're alive, at least. Go on. He can probably feel every ache anyways. Well, I think you have a broken rib or two. Kirishima nods. That's what woke him up, he's sure. Your nose was broken, but Bakugo set it in place. It's swollen, but I don't think it'll be crooked, so you're lucky you get to keep that handsome face of yours. I'm sure I'm a real looker right now. Yeah, I'd get you a mirror to look in, but I think it's best we wait. You're all purple and swollen at the moment, my dear. I kinda had a feeling. He grins, and yeah, he can definitely feel the tight pull of his skin. Got all my teeth? Everyone? Phew. Kirishima leans back onto the pillows dramatically. 2 broken fingers. Those might stay a little out of shape, but I'm not sure. Kirishima nods, the pointer and middle of his left hand. And then the scrapes and cuts and bruises of being tossed around by a soldier too dumb to realize you were unconscious. Must have been some smack. You bet. Face right into the cobblestones. Surprised your brain's okay. When you woke up last week, you couldn't even keep your thoughts in your head. Last week? Mina, how long? Almost 4. You stink. He blushes in spite of himself. I didn't get you guys that much supplies. We stopped in a few places along the way. He's never been so happy to see her yellow bandana back in her hair. It's probably a new one, but the sight of it is like home. Well, at night, and just dropped Ojiro off to get everything and pick him up the next day. Long work, but safe. He nods. Hey, do you think I could get up? I don't know. You only just woke up, and you've been lying down for a long time, you know. Maybe take it easy. He frowns, but nods. He sits back to take in his pain, but he's definitely awake now. He wonders if Bakugo felt like this after he'd slept for so long. He tries to sleep again, but he's supposed after so long of that his body doesn't want to, no matter how battered it is. He throws back the blankets. There's a stale, sweaty smell that's telling of his illness and the trouble he's been to take care of. He slowly swings his legs over the edge of the bed and revels in the feeling of the mats beneath his feet. He takes a deep breath, strengthens his body, stands up tall, and passes out.